What up, y'all? It's your boy Gerald. It is 22nd of June, 2016, the nighttime. Just getting in, I'm just getting home from completing my day, and I wanted to put this out because even though we are in, well, by the time you see this, it'll be Thursday. Actually, in about 7 minutes, it'll be Thursday because it's going on midnight. But I've had this indirect longing in my spirit. I don't know where it's coming from, but I'm not afraid of it because I stay prayed up. But I know there's an inclination because something is being indirectly revealed. And I tell everybody that hears the sound of my voice. And I hope you can hear me now because, like I said, it's going on midnight and I don't want to be too loud because I have people who live above me. I got this feeling, y'all, that this is going to be a pivotal summer. And the summer is going to not only close some chapters, it's going to open some doors. And what I mean by that, spiritual doors. Some of you are going to be tested unlike you've ever been before. Some of you are going to have the long awaited validation to something that you may have been pondering for quite some time. See, you gotta bear with me, y'all. This is what truth is all about. We have no control over when truth is revealed because you're dealing with the spiritual realm. But one thing that is for certain, whatever's found in your spirit, you can write that check. You will see it again. It just depends on how, where perception is embraced. And that's where the courage is going to be required because some think you're strong and then some know you ain't built for it. And that's where that fear, finally everything's a reality, starts to really wreck people's lives. Because see, the devil's work is never done, y'all. It's never done. There's always something in the shadows, waiting, observing, studying, planning, plotting to hold you back for who you are destined to become. So you can easily say, yes, there is a battle. There's a battle for you. And unfortunately, there are some that do not have the fortitude or the moral compass within them at that moment, and they have indirectly waved a flag, and things are occurring in their life where should have never been. Just know when you decide to take that mask off, ground your feet, be able to look that person that's in the mirror every day, looking back at you, depending on your actions, until you can finally make a commitment to you, or your life reciprocated back. I know I'm talking to someone. I just got this feeling, y'all, that we about to get hit with like a pandemic of proportion with health. Like there's going to be a health issue that's going to do a number on people, and some people ain't going to even see it coming. And no, I'm not saying this in regards to conspiracy theory. I'm saying this as in, see, you got to understand it's all about the Trinity, the mind, body, spirit. See, if your mind's not right, your body's not going to be right. And if your body's not right, you can't make sound decisions. So if you can't make sound decisions, you're unable to see where you're going. You're not able to understand what does it all mean. That's why so many people today are taking L's every day. And they're unable to hit that emotional reset button because they can't be true to themselves. They're too busy worried about what's outside their door, not what's going on inside them. Am I talking to somebody? Because guess what? One thing is for sure, looks fade, pain does not. But forgiveness is the key to what you need. I'm talking to those people that are walking around holding grudges, that have this angst inside themselves, but the frustration is you lack communicational skills with inside yourself. You haven't had a relation, you have not had that dialogue with you. See, if you don't have that dialogue within yourself, you can't do self-inventory because you're too distracted. So therefore, you can't see your worth or value because you don't know you. You are more or less in a placement of reactionary decision or an impulsive lifestyle. I know some people say, well, that's just being free spirited. Do you think? Do you know? Because if you did know, you wouldn't make that statement. Because you can't be free unless you're true to you. So therefore, you got to make a conscious decision to fall back in love with yourself. You're not going to find love outside your door. You'll find nothing but pain decorated in different shapes, sizes, and forms. But the commonality is they're broken just like you. So I'm saying this out of sincerity because that's a choice. You know why people will stay broken? Why you see that guy or that girl that their attitudes are on 10? They got all this passion and it's because they feel that they're not being heard. Really, it's not that you're not being heard, is you're not transparent with yourself. And the dialogue that you give out to the world are snapshots or flickers to who you really are. So people can't understand who are we dealing with today. So that's why I conveyed to y'all before. Yes, disappointment does come. Yes, setbacks do happen. But guess what? You get up to see another day, right? Hmm? So that should be at the least validation that God got something better for you. You shouldn't be doing servitude inside your mind, doing time in your mind. Why? Because of what he brings to the table. Oh, I got it. because of her status. So you just towing a rope, but you miserable. You know why you're miserable? Because you ain't supposed to be there. You never was supposed to be there. And you chose to put a price on your worth. Now here's the crazy thing. If these people genuinely valued you, why would they be taking you through it? I know I'm talking to somebody. You've been walking around trying to get everybody to see your point of view. But the person that needs to see it the most is the person that's on the other side of that mirror. Who am I talking to? And does it surprise you that your libido is through the roof? You may be saying, well, Gerald, I'm in my prime. I'm in my prime. So, I'm just sowing my oats. You know why your libido's through the roof? Because spiritually, you're being attacked. And the devil knows to get the greatest means of manipulation towards you, they'll bring a new sexual partner in. And as you notice, just as quick as you get them, just as quick as the pain comes, to leave you do what? Pick up the pieces. But even if you have to pick up the pieces, do the inventory on what is broken. Do you hear me? Stop worrying about sliding in somebody's DM and slide back inside you. Maybe if you start focusing on you, your money will get right. You frustrated on what they doing? The commonality is y'all know each other, but the difference is it's your life. And what you don't know is you don't know what they're doing behind closed doors to be able to do what they're doing. Maybe that's why they ride around with big sunglasses behind tinted glass, because the shame is too strong before them. I keep telling you, you keep playing games with man's hands, he'll always give you something temporary to distract you. You priceless. So why are you settling for the consolation prize? You are the gift. You are the experience. But you want to turn around and study your steps because they won't grow? For real? You wasn't brought on this planet to suffer. You wasn't brought on this planet to be someone's scapegoat. How about somebody's punchline? But they convinced you to think that. What's wrong with that? So what's going on? This summer is going to be hot. Tempers are going to be short, y'all. And truths are going to come out. Things that were hidden behind closed doors and windows are going to be seen. You're going to see a lot of stuff that's going to come out of nowhere just to see what you'll do. Round your feet, because it ain't nothing but the devil trying to break what you're doing. You may be on the path of the direction where you should be going the whole intended time, only for something to come along and knock you off of your feet. I got this feeling somebody, you want to be married so bad, and you thinking by being married that'll help you forget who you once were. How about the things you used to do, hoping that that will put distance? But see, you got to understand, those things that you used to do The person who you were is not who you are now. So really what you're doing is you're downplaying what will become your testimony. Someone's going to learn from the steps that you have walked. That's what wisdom's about, y'all. Each one teach one. What's the point on gaining knowledge if you don't share it? It benefits no one. And guess what? It dies with you because you're not going to be here forever. No, you're not. Speaking of dying, let's talk about this. If you're going through something right now, the moment that you decide to have that conversation with him, we can go ahead and start breaking them shackles off. But see, I also understand this. There are some people, because of the way they see the world, what was adapted as normal behavior, you think that this is the end all be all. And you think that, well, the clouds are gray. And that's what I see. Let me tell you something. The moment that you decide to stop fooling yourself by running from yourself, can that sun shine through? Why? Because metaphor does it make any sense that you are going through things? Because that's what the devil wants you to believe. He wants you to believe, he wants you to give up. Don't you get it? So the devil can't run shop on you unless you sign off. Come on, think about it. You with her, but she putting her hands on you. And you worrying about saving face because of what you brought into the relationship, knowing you ain't supposed to be there. He calls you out of your name every day. But the sad thing about it is you acknowledge it. Why? But here's the damage. He's divided you from the people that should protect you. How about your family? Hmm? Or maybe he did his homework or she did her homework and they realized you don't have a family, even though you are connected to one. Who am I talking to? No matter the scenario, you're not by yourself. Mm-mm. So maybe that's why you feel a certain kind of way when you roll out of that bed from that stranger. That's not fear. That's shame. That's another piece of you giving away to someone who will never value it. So does it surprise you when you see those bumps and bruises and discoloration where it shouldn't be? Come on now. Love yourself more. Love yourself more. Now, I'm going to end this. I'm going to say this because I know somebody is going through something and you trying your best to convince everybody that you got it together. But deep down inside, you broke. You're that close from throwing in the towel. You say to yourself, if the next time I can't do it, let me tell you something. You need to stop talking that rap. You need to stop talking about not seeing your value, talking reckless about, oh, what if you didn't live? Oh, I know I'm talking to somebody. You're talking that way because you won't put that bottle down. You run away by getting high. How about this? They don't love you because they should have never been there. And I keep trying to tell y'all, why do you think relationships fail? Because that is God's way of guarantee through action or reaction for the one. The one. So it's not going to go right until you get right. But people try. You see it. They jump in and out of beds like it ain't nothing. Not even, hello, you do realize there's no cure for age to the public. Oh, there's a cure. Oh, yeah. There's a cure for every element on this planet. But running away from yourself, not knowing your story. How can you know your story if you still don't know your purpose? Does that surprise you why you can't, the jobs that you go to, you don't feel like you fit? Because those ain't the ones you're supposed to be in. It's because you're not at peace. I'm saying this out of love, y'all. Queens, you better start learning to love yourself and stop idolizing those broken people you see on the screen. Only difference is they get a check. They get a check to disrespect themselves. How about their legacies? Your life is not a made for TV movie. It's an experience. But if you let them tell your story, it'll end up on Comedy Central. God is praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth. And for that, it helps me discern I got this feeling that somebody is playing with fire and they know it and they thinking, well, I'll just do it one more time and then I'm out. That's what I feel like they're saying. So you might be running game. You might have an angle that you use, but you better be leery because maybe the game is being played on you the whole time. Be blessed.